Hi again. My name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller, and today I'm going to be doing another video on my BOLO items that sold in August. I chose eBay, Etsy, and Poshmark. I don't list a whole lot of high dollar stuff on Mercari. I've been kind of focusing on all of my low dollar items that I have listed on eBay. Using List Perfectly, I cross-list to Mercari, and then Etsy is my higher dollar vintage, and Poshmark is all of my clothes and some of my higher dollar non-vintage items. That's just kind of how I've been doing it. I don't cross-list everything to multiple platforms. I've just been trying to focus this year on getting at least my items that are on eBay cross-listed to one other platform. Just, you know, some people go all out and put it on all platforms. I've just been focusing on, specializing. So this is for August, and I chose everything that sold that was $25-ish and up. For those of you who watch my videos on a regular basis, thank you. So a lot of this you'll be already familiar with. It'll just be a reminder of things to be looking for when you go to estate sales, yard sales, and thrift stores. But those who are new to my channel and haven't gone back and watched some of the older videos, this is just things for you to be looking for that do sell for over $25. Now, I sell a whole lot less than $25, but I thought just for this video, I would focus on that dollar value and up. I've done 2 videos back to back, so I had to mark this to remind me that this was for August. This was a good find. It sold for $60. I want to say I paid $3 at a yard sale, but it was in terrible shape. If it had been in better shape, I would have done a whole lot better. But a lot of the soft pastel, like chalk looking things, were used, broken. The case had lots of issues, but it still sold for $60. So remember this name, Grumbacher Soft Pastels Artist Kit. Dakin, love the vintage plush. Of course, this was from 1993. It's a peekaboo bear. They're magnets in the hand and magnets on the nose, and you could pose him like he's playing peekaboo. He sold for $49.95. Now, all of these first ones are Etsy. And also, if you're new to my channel, I don't do free shipping. So when I say it sold for $49.95, the buyer did also pay extra for shipping. This is Matthew C. This is homeschool curriculum. Watch for it, especially when you're going to like church sales and yard sales. If you see boxes of it, definitely check it. Not all of it is high dollar. Like we saw some, I think it was called Rod and Staff recently at a yard sale. Those are not good ones to pick up, but always check your comps. Matthew C., Apologia, Saxon Math, a lot of these, Abeka, I do quite well with. This is the teacher's book and the DVD, sold for $29.95. Garanimals. I pick up all Garanimals. They do have a series of like plush that are like grabber. I call them grabbers. They're just a handle with a plush head on it. And they also do a lot of loveys. But this is one of the ones that sells for quite a bit. It's just a little 4.5-inch monkey. Has the blue polka dots on its belly. It sold for $27.85. I watch other YouTubers a lot, and I always see them picking up these point and shoot film cameras. So I found this one, I think, at an estate sale for like $2 or $3. So I picked it up. It sold for $27.85. This is Kelly Toy. I pick up Christmas, Thanksgiving plush, Halloween plush pretty much consistently all year round, and I list it all year. This is August, so it was leading into Halloween. This Frankenstein pumpkin plush, only 5 inches tall, sold for $33. These are called carnival style plush. This one was large, 24 inches. I didn't think it was in the greatest condition. It took a while to sell. It did, because of its size, and it's not one of those ones that you can really bend because it's stuffed with like pellets type things, like styrofoam. So it took a while. It did sell. I don't think I'll pick them up very often unless they're in a really good brand that I'm familiar with. This one I didn't even have a brand for, but it still sold for $27.85. Commonwealth is another plush I like to pick up, especially the vintage ones. This one's name was Funny Bunny. He's from 1984, kind of large, 18 inches. He sold for $25.25. I picked up a bunch of strawberry shortcake in their packages. I think most of them were like mid-2000s as far as dates. This, I think I'm down to one left. I bought 20 some of them. This one, which is Berry Best Friends Sea Beauty with Sea Sweetie. That's the little fish there. So for $41.77. And then this was Matchbox, the Need a Littles Sheep Plush. Had a little pacifier and lovey attached to it. From 1985, sold for $30. I picked this up at a yard sale. Excuse the picture. I didn't know however else to do it, but he's actually tipped sideways. This is my desk. So I just thought that was the best way to send it out. I don't do the background removers. I just don't. I don't take the time. This, I paid $5 at a yard sale for him. He sold for $45. It took me forever to get him listed because I had to find a box. If my item is not going to fit in a large priority box or smaller, I pre-pack. I just want to make sure, unless I know for sure that it's going to fit in one of my boxes that I have handy. But this one was not. It was so large. I had to wait till I found the right box so that I would have the right weight and dimensions to list it. Acrylic blankets. Pick them up, especially if they are in excellent condition. I just got ready to, I'm getting ready to list one that was in its original packaging, but you could just tell it had been stored in a garage and the packaging was dirty, so I removed it. It still had original tags on the inside stapled, so that was fine. But I do very well with these. This one sold for $30 and it was used, but in good condition. Circus, definitely looked vintage. I couldn't find any other tags on it to date it, but it was a little 11-inch elephant with a little red heart balloon type thing. It sold for $27.85. This is an Imperial Godzilla figure, 13-inch. It said Toho 1985 on the figure. I listed it high, but when I got an offer, I did go back and check comps. That's what I often do. You know, I don't automatically think that they're trying to lowball me. I go back in and check to see, you know, what are current listings, what are current solds, and it seemed reasonable. I think I even saw one that was listed for less, so I went ahead and accepted the offer of $27. Build-A-Bear. At first when I picked this up, there's a solid black cat that does very well, so keep your eyes open for that one, but this wasn't the solid black. He did have the white nose here. He still sold for $37.15. I watch one of the YouTubers, I can't remember his name right now, but anytime he sees a Mr. Coffee Cocomotion, he picks them up, especially if they're in the box. So when we saw this one at an estate sale, I think we paid $1 or $2 for it, maybe $3. It did not have its box. I know this other YouTuber, he sends a lot of his to Amazon FBA. We're not going to be doing that anytime soon, so, but it sold immediately, $29.95. I think this might be the big sale for this time period, maybe. Anytime you see these ceramic buildings that have a Halloween theme to them. Now, a lot of the Christmas ones do well too, but the Halloween ones are highly sought after, especially by this brand, Pacific Rim. This one was an 11-inch tall building, lighted, did have a little bit of paint wear, which I show in my pictures. It still sold for $83.65. I'm positive I remember seeing this at the Goodwill bins, and it was one of those when they brought out the new bin, I couldn't get my hands on it quick enough, although most of the people there don't even look at the plush. But it took me forever because I had it in an oversized box. It had been listed a while, so I've been trying to go over there, eyeball stuff. If it's in a large box, see if there's any way we can cut it down, make it smaller to make it more reasonable. Robert did get this repacked for me, and it sold probably within a month for $63. Boyd's Bears. None of these were the mini messengers. Definitely keep your eyes out for them. And most of them, I think, were like ornaments, had hanging strings on them. So I just decided to lot them together. They sold for $25. This is from my online hybrid estate sale I won. I bought a bunch. Nobody was bidding on the M&Ms. So I won them all for huge boxes of them for $2 and $3 for the whole box. It took me a long time to get them listed. In fact, I still have a few I haven't done. Famous last words, I have piles. Profit piles everywhere. This was so unique, I decided to keep him separate. I was trying to do like small lots of 2 and 3 figures, like Easter themed together. But he was so unique that I went ahead and kept him separate. He sold for best offer of $25. Decor. Definitely keep your eyes out for them. This is one of the larger ones, 16-inch. There is a smaller version of this. They come in different animals. I know I've seen a koala, but I can't remember any of the others. But they're called pot bellies because they have this big round belly. And most of them, I think, are from the 70s. This one sold for $40 best offer. Blue Moon Ragdoll. I thought it was just unique enough. I couldn't find any comps for it. It was listed a while. Had to wait for that right buyer, right? Just very cute. Sold for $41.36. I picked this up at an estate sale here locally. It had Crockett Farm on there, so I'm not sure if it was made for this region. It was sold through Rite Aid, which isn't in existence around here anymore, I don't believe. But we have a lot of stuff here that's Davy Crockett Daniel Boone, including schools that are named that. So we live very close to Crockett campgrounds. Nevertheless, this sold for best offer of $45. Aurora Lamb Plush. I pick up a lot of Aurora. A lot of it is my bread and butter, but I think I do have actually 2 examples here of others that sell for a lot more. This is a Lovey, 12 inches long. It sold for $37.55. Now this is in rough condition. I washed it several times. I used Oxy. I soaked it. It just was not going to come clean. But there were solds that were very high, so I just decided to list it. I don't normally like to sell things to me that seem dirty. But I went ahead and listed this. I'm getting better about that because there was a point where I wouldn't have sold anything that was broken, and I list stuff like that all the time now. But it sold for $28.15, even with my description. Limoges trinket box. I want to say I paid $1 for this at a yard sale. No, at an estate sale. Didn't have its box. There were others similar listed, so I kind of listed it high, but I eventually got a $25 offer, which I accepted. This is a Waya Pudgy the Piglet Pig. I find these on occasion, never with the box like this one. They do very well. They do. Usually I pay a couple of dollars for them at estate sales. Make sure when you find something like this, you know, this is one of those, it walks, the nose moves. It makes noise. Check the limbs to make sure it doesn't seem floppy, because then it is broken. I've made that mistake before. Annoying. But they do very well. This one, because it was in the box, sold for $27.85. I went ahead and added this on here. Reed and Barton. We buy a lot of silverware, but this has to have been one of my best ones that we found. We found a 12-piece place setting. They were still in like a wooden tote. I might have like steak knives or something left out of that. But most of them I sold for over $25 a set of 4. So I had like, this one was for 4 cream and soup spoons and 4 tablespoons. I sold one set for $30, one set for $28. So definitely keep your eyes open for Reed and Barton. Heartline Crayola Rabbit Plush, very cute, 11-inch from 1988. It sold for $45. California Raisins. I picked this up at the 100 Mile Yard Sale last year, not this year. I didn't go this year. Had it listed for a while, so, you know, it took a little bit of time. Ended up taking a best offer of $30 for it. Panasonic mini cassette tape recorders. Tested it. It worked great. Sold for $35, so definitely keep your eyes out for these mini cassette players. Here's another one of the Auroras. These are the 6-inch plush. I buy these animals by Aurora quite often, but they are my bread and butter. $8 to $12, consistent sellers. But this one was unique. I couldn't find anything like it. Sold for $26.95. And then parted outright. We buy a lot of Sunbeam mixers, and then I sell the bowls that usually come with it, the beaters, the round table thing. This is the large glass bowl that went to one of them, sold for $27.85. And then here's some of my Etsy sales that were over $25. This was Elvis Presley's musical Hound Dog from 1986. I did pay up for him. For me, paying $10 for something is a lot, but I just thought he was unique. He sold for $47.95. Sanrio Peckle Duck Nylon Plush. Anytime you see Sanrio, especially an off character, not Hello Kitty only, and anything made out of this nylon type parachute fabric, definitely check the comps. This one was from 1995. I didn't even know who Peckle Duck was, so I had to Google Lens him. Keep your eyes out. Robert picked this up, I believe, at an estate sale. Can't remember how much we paid, probably $5, but it was a backgammon game by Aries in blue, which I think made this one very unique. I listed it on eBay. It was listed for a couple of weeks, but when I put it on Etsy, it sold the same day for $49.95. I don't even think it had been played with, because 2 of the chips right here were still in the plastic bags. Betty Crocker Sphere magazine lot of 12. They were from 72 to 1977. $49.95 on Etsy. And then this cute Gund Brown Bear from 1976. He also sold for $49.95. Just kind of plain, but definitely check all teddy bears when you look at them. Now, Poshmark had some sales on there that were over $25, starting with this Fisher-Price Loving Family hot tub from 2004. It sold for $25. Just a reminder, don't ever use the word jacuzzi unless it's jacuzzi brand, because I had my listing taken down, but it was just a warning, not a VRO. But I didn't realize that not all hot tubs are not jacuzzis. Francoma, Robert went to an estate sale. It was on Philobox Day. He brought back probably 2 boxes filled with this Francoma pottery. This was like a planter or a bowl. It sold for $36 on Poshmark. Plush, I've been putting some on there, some of my higher dollar plush that's not vintage. This was from 2018, just a 20-inch tie-dye rabbit. It sold for $26. These next two were a bundle lot. I think I had them listed, I don't know, maybe $35, $36, and they offered me, no, I had them listed for the $32 you see here. They offered me $58 for the two, so $29 each. It was for this Learning Curve Thomas the Train take-along tracks, lot of 30 and then a lot of 32. I tend to kind of keep them in smaller lots that I can list, you know, for $40 or less. I tend to do better with that. When I'm at the bins and I see a lot of tracks, I just load up my cart with them. Bionic women's shoes. I picked this up at an estate sale. They were, I want to say all the shoes were $2, and I got several pairs of Bionic. These pink sneakers sold for $30 on Posh. These graduated candle holders, I just sold a lot on eBay of, I want to say there were 9 of them for like $40 or $45. This was a lot of 5. They sold for $26. And then a pair of jeans by Buffalo David Britton Ash X Skinny Men's Jeans, sold for $28. I'm not sure why I didn't do picture-in-picture for you guys. I think I've sat here and I've just talked and my hands have been going crazy, and I realized I'm not even in those pictures, so you never know what I'm going to do. Plus I had to do a battery check and technology, and Robert's not here. So, but I made it through this, I think. I hope these all came out well. I hope you're enjoying these. Again, it's just repeats of things I've already showed you, but it might have been spread over, you know, 4 weeks for, you know, sharing my weekly what solds. This way, you know, just a reminder. All right, it's time to get to work. I'm gonna go to the dentist today. I don't like the dentist at all. Ugh, don't like it, but it's just for a cleaning. Hopefully nothing else. All right, bye.